Joy to come and to be sharing thoughts with you on our program. Hello, you are welcome to I Can Make It Today. What a joy to be alive. I'm so excited. I'm alive, and I know you are alive, and that tells me there is a greater future awaiting you. You can make it today. Hello, Queen. You are welcome.
Thank you.
God bless you. Okay, I want to read something before Queen will come up with the introduction. We are starting this new season. Is sometimes the most important lesson in life are the one you learn in the hard way. You know, many times when things are difficult, those are the times you really know how tough you are, what you are made of. Don't run from difficult times. Don't run from challenging. Challenges come. It's like a football game. It's a challenge. And when you finish playing the match, you either carry the cup or you learn a better way of playing the challenge next time. You can make it.
You
Hello,
can make
Queen.
it. Yeah, challenges are so important.
Yeah.
You know, I wish some of us knew this earlier. You know, in life, some of us just wanted life smooth and sweet.
Yeah, people
But
like it that
truly, if you want to fail, then run away from challenges. And so we're talking about the things that people do on purpose that make them fail.
Wow.
You know, we're talking about we don't want you to make such mistakes, because there are some things we do on purpose that actually causes us to fail. And we did it on purpose,
Yeah.
just like challenges, run away from them, look for the easy way out, not knowing
Some
that.
people have quote, whatever a
Yes.
man doesn't know cannot kill him. It's a
Uh-huh.
lie, it will kill you.
And at the end of the day, after you run away from what you're supposed to achieve. You know, instead of facing it and taking
And
the
everything
goal.
have time limits.
Yes. So, you know, two amongst 1,000 wise men will define success in the same words. You know, yet failure is always described in one way. Failure is a man's inability to reach his goals in life, whatever they may be, whatever your goals will be. If you don't reach it, it's a failure. You know, and success is when you reach your goal. That is success. Do you know, sometimes we don't even know what success means. We all pray to be successful, but we're always monetizing it. We don't know that success is, today I want to go to this place and do this and do that, and I do it. I've been a success that day.
Yeah.
I've been successful. While success is relative, you know, and subjective, it holds both monetary and non-monetary value. So it's not just the monetary aspect of success. There are other intangible things, you know, that are also called success also. You know, failure is more of a one-size-fits-all recipe. You know, now we'll talk about what you do that actually make you fail on purpose. Number one is not understanding the value of time. You know, we say success is the achievement of your goal or your aim. Now, sometimes we don't value time. Any successful businessman knows that time is more valuable than money itself. Because you make the money in time, but if you don't use it well, you still lose the money. So the truth is, if you place value on your time, you can achieve more. Now, unsuccessful people, or people that think they're not successful, you find out that they don't value their time. Why? Because they are everywhere. They are anywhere, anytime, because they lack the ability to dedicate their time towards their goals. You know, they don't just face something and get it done. If your aim is to sweep a room, and as you keep sweeping, you now see something else that takes your attention, you run out, at the end of the day, you don't sweep that, you've not achieved that aim at all. And year after year, you make new promises which you never keep. You make new year resolutions that never come to fruition, because you just don't want to be bothered to put in enough time that's required to attaining your goal. Time management skills, learning how to say no, and knowing what commitments to undertake is a step towards great success in any area of our lives. If you don't want to waste your time, then learn not to procrastinate. take actions to achieve what you want in life. Wow. You have to take actions to achieve what you want. You know, procrastination is the greatest thief of time. I want to do something and I want to achieve. Why don't I put time on it? Set time to your goals. You know, that is what I like doing. I like saying, okay, from this time to this time, I have to achieve this. From so time to so time. You know what it helps me do? It helps me, you know, I am focused on that thing and I want to do because I've already set time. Now, nobody has to hold a stick or a cane around me to make me to do that. It's something that I push myself to do. Why? Because I don't want to waste my time. You know, oftentimes I usually sit down and I do with my kids and I ask them, what did you achieve today? What can you tell me that you did? You're supposed to do that you did. You know, once I have a goal for today and I did it. Now I had a goal that I was going to be in the studio today and I'm in the studio and I'm doing this. You know, when I leave here, I know that I've achieved something. But if I set out to do it and at the end of the day, I go everywhere and I don't achieve anything, I'm everywhere at the same time, then that day has not been a successful one. So what do? If you want to achieve something, make sure you are focused on your goal. You know, set out plans that will help you to achieve your goal. If you want to do well in your studies, set out a good reading plan that can help you achieve your goal. And what do? You keep some unnecessary things aside. Those things that will not help you achieve your goal, that you know it's of no value to you, of no essence. It's just like me now. I can take this same time and I'm at home, I'm watching movies. I'm still using the time doing something, but I'm not pegging any value to it because it's not giving me any gain. I'm not affecting lives in any way. I'm not making money in any way. So that time is like a loss for me. So we don't want to live. Everyone has an hourly value, but only few can tell its worth. What is the worth of your time? Do your time have worth? Have you placed value on how you spend your time? Place value on how you spend your time. You find that you won't waste time talking unnecessary issues. There are places I can't find myself. You know, when I go somewhere and what you're talking about, it doesn't get me anywhere. I just switch off and do something else with my time because I believe I have to account, not to anyone now, to myself on what I did with my time. So I just switch off or I just walk away and try to do something that will better my life and probably better someone else's life in the long run. So, you know, we have issues with this and, you know, it's going to be hard for us to make it if we don't place value on our time. If we don't place value on how we use our time, we're not going to achieve anything tangible.
Wow, what a joy. You know, when we talk about time, many years ago, there was this old man I met. He started telling me that there is time of life. He said there is a good morning in life.
Wow.
He said there is a good afternoon, there is a good evening, and there is a good night.
Wow.
Then he asked me, which of them are you? Now, but he also told me that the way you handle it is the main factor, whether it will be good morning or bad one, or whether it will be good evening and all of those stuff.
Wow.
Then I started following that old man. Then he started teaching me and said, Simon, when in time as you start in life, the way you use your time, what you put your time into will pay you off in the good afternoon.
Wow.
He said for the afternoon to be good, your morning must be established.
Wow.
That your morning, that is your learning time. He said that learning time that you used to learn, when you now get to in the afternoon, your afternoon is your any time.
Okay.
So that your any time is what you learn that will now make you earn. Then after you have earned, then at the other time you now enter into your time where you now say, teach me to number my days. You now apply your heart to wisdom. Now, in this category, you have to understand. That is why the time where you are supposed to be learning, that's not your any time, it's your learning time. That's the time, look at it, that's the time your parents pay your school fees. They give you pocket money. Those are your learning time. Those are the time they are planting you. Those are the time. Now, if you now take those time and you now say, okay, that's your money time, instead of you to use it to establish yourself, develop yourself, you are not paying rent, you are not paying water bill, you are not paying light bill, somebody paying all those things. Instead of you now to develop yourself, you play with it, you don't value it, you don't give it attention. He said then, when you enter into your afternoon, there'll be no light for you. You'll be in darkness. Why? Because these same parents now can no longer carry you in your afternoon. He said, now that's when you now have a bad afternoon. What you are supposed to be doing in the morning, you are not doing in the afternoon. He said, for you to have a good evening, for your evening to be good, your morning must be very, very, you use it to establish yourself. So time management. And a mismanagement of time is mismanagement of life. So if you don't manage your time well, you are going to have struggle in your seasons of life. The good morning, the good afternoon, and the good evening. Now, for your evening to be good, your afternoon must be very productive. No wonder it is said that it was David that said, teach me to number my days so that I will apply my heart unto wisdom. Now, if you waste your morning, you didn't use it well, then you come to afternoon that you don't pay NEPA bill. There is sunshine for you. Then when you now waste it, your evening will be dark. That's when it becomes a liability. You begin to call everybody to come to your rescue, and the people you are calling, they are also in their evening. It now matters whether it will come to you or not. Now listen to me. Life becomes bitter because when you don't lay a solid foundation, everything in life is allocated to us through time. So the time where you are young, it was Paul that said, when I was a child, I talk like a child. Now that I'm an adult, adult is the time of responsibility. You know, nobody pays your bill now. You are now adult. You pay your bill. Now, if you didn't lay a solid foundation, you are an adult with adulterated mindset. And you will not be productive. At the end of the day, you will not be a liability to everyone that know you, including your children. You'll be a liability to them. So if you know, you must know your time and your season and use it very well. Use your time well, and at the end of the day, you will live a life you're productive. You know what I call, another word I want to say, but I keep on telling my children, I said, procrastination is the graveyard of every good intention. It's a graveyard. Procrastinate. Oh, do it now. I will do it tomorrow. I will do it next week. Oh, don't worry. The rain is falling. You always make excuse. Excuse is the currency of a poor-minded person. Stop making excuse. Start taking action. Take responsibility. Pay the price now so that your tomorrow will be bright. So that tomorrow you once talk about, it is your investment today that determines what happens to you tomorrow. You can make it. So stop procrastination, and success is a progressive realization of the goal you have set for yourself. Your success might not be my success, and my success is not your success. We all are successful. To some people, to have success is just to marry. That's their own success.
Yes, that's their own success.
So some people, success is to have a child. To some people, success is to have a car. Some is to buy aircraft. Some is to trek. Some is to have bicycle. Your success that's your understanding of your success. So nobody has the yardstick to say, oh, this person is not successful. This depends. Because you see, when a man is not prepared for what he has, he will not be able to manage what he has. So before you get into, you have to know, what do you want out of life? For example, today, my dream is to have a one-stop family center. I've been dreaming that dream now for more than 20 years. And why am I dreaming? That's what I feel. I want to be able to impart my word so that when I leave here, somebody will walk to them and say, oh, this man actually came here. Why? I want to impart families. I want to impart life. I want to be able to contribute into people's life by the principle of God's word that is able to give you inheritance among those that are sanctified. You can make it.
Yes, you can make it. And like we said, you have to do some things on purpose. Learning, failing to do things on purpose, you know, you just align yourself to failing in that aspect. But I know you can make it. Now, one of the things you have to avoid if you want to make it is that you must do things that are in alignment with your goals. People that don't want to make it, that deliberately don't want to be a success, they don't just do things that align with their aim, their goals they have set. You know, if you want to achieve something, you have to go work. I mean, I won't say I want to go forward and I'm walking backwards. You know, I want to go forward. I can't get forward walking backwards. I'm not making progress. So if I want to go forward, I have to walk ahead. I have to look forward, you know. Now, the truth is, it's not hard to make decisions when you know what your values are. What are your values? If you, like I said, if you know the direction you want to go to, you walk towards that direction. You don't go the opposite direction. The more important a goal is, the higher to be on your hierarchy of values, and the more disciplined and orderly you'll be associated with it, and that is the truth. The less important a goal is, you lower it in your, you know, your priorities to be very low, and you'll be less disciplined, you'll be more disorderly, and you'll be associated with being disorderly. You know, if we want to get somewhere and it's in the top list, you find that we just work, everything we do is working towards it. You're working towards the one-stop family center. Everything you do now is geared towards that thing. It doesn't matter how long, but it's a goal. And every day you're just getting closer and closer to, you're inching forward to it. But if it's not that important to you, if you don't place any value on your goal, you find that you do everything else. Instead of you facing family issues, I tell you, you'll be facing other things. Maybe you facing other issues that don't have anything to do with family. You know, but because you know what your goal is, you are working towards it. You know, unsuccessful people, they have mistaken business with productivity. I've seen this in a lot of ways. You're just busy doing nothing. You're busy being everywhere and achieving nothing at the same time. Why not be productive? Why not do something little and get the result? You know, just no matter how little it is, but you find that you're developing yourself every day. You want to be a medical doctor. Development comes every day. Every day you are in classes, you're doing what you're supposed to do. It doesn't matter how long it takes, but you want to get there. I've talked about someone who it took him, you know, he became a doctor in his 50s. It took him 12 years to write JAMB just to get
into university.
Yes, to get that medicine. He got different courses. He will get this, but he has a goal. He didn't want to go through any of me. He wants to go straight. They should give him medicine, and he tried and tried 12 good times. How many of us can work towards that goal? And he did his best to make sure that he got the cutoff points, you know, the cutoff mark. His aim was just to get it. Now, he was not thinking about his age. He was not busy doing nothing, just saying, okay, anywhere they put me, I'll just, you know, let me just throw the stone. Wherever it stops, I just manage it. He had a goal, and he got there at 50 years. And I tell you, he's making impact now.
Definitely.
He's not going around the world doing what he wants to do in his field. Now, you know, it took him time, it took him years, but he got there. You know, they are a part of everything, but nothing which they do in alignment. You know, you want to be a cook, and you are doing something else. You are being a cleaner. You're not doing anything that has to do with being a cook. You're not helping yourself. You want to be a cook, you start by doing little things, you know, practicing at home, you know, being creative on your own. You know, try things on your own. You don't wait till when they now sound that, come and do this. You're now thinking, what do you do? What do you do? Start asking. But you're getting ready. If you need to go and learn, you need to go to a catering school, you go. If you need to read books more on food, you know, and nutrition and all that, you do it. You're aligning yourself towards your goal. And then writing down in a journal what your goals are and implementing the strategies that can get you there will help you identify things that are not they are not on par with where you are going now. You know, I have books that I wrote things I want to do and how I want to get there. Now, it doesn't matter how long it's going to take, but everything I do takes me closer to where I want to get to. Now, not everybody will understand what I am doing, but I know where I want to get to. So everything I wrote down there, whatever I do, whatever plans I make, they're actually bringing me closer to where, because I've already written them down and I'm, you know, implementing them little by little. Now, one day someone will see me and say, ah, how did she do it? And then you start counting all the time and all the money that it will take you to get there. You want to get there in one day when it took me a lot to get there. It doesn't work that way. You know, to align your actions with your goal, you need to carefully plan about it. Be intentional. Be intentional. You can make it when you are intentional. I want to go to somewhere. I'm intentional about the route I'm taking. You know, I'm intentional about the kind of people I work with. Because people that you work with can either, you know, make you keep going circles. When look at where you're supposed to go, but you keep running in circles. When you go people that are like-minded, they are goal-oriented, you find that you just want to be an achiever and you keep pushing and pushing and pushing.
Wow, very interesting. You keep pushing. You know, when we talk about distance, the truth is that life is a journey. The place you go, even the course you read, let it guide you. That's the way you can find life satisfaction. That's the way you can find joy. And your time management, like what we said, you need to learn to manage your time. If you are not, and if instead of you to sit down and not do anything, use the time to develop yourself for where you are going. Read books. Develop yourself. You'll be shocked that your tomorrow will be greater than your today. Before we call it a day today, you have one or two to say before we call it a day today?
Yes, like I said, align your actions with your goal. Let your actions, you know, lead you to your goal. Let them be closer to what we see. You want to be a fashion designer. Let's start seeing it on you. You know, little things you do. Tell us that this is where you are going to.
Well, I want to say this. Obstacle does not have to stop you. If you are running, if you run into a wall, don't just run. Don't give up. And don't wait that until everything is perfect. There will never be a perfect time. Obstacle does not mean stop. It simply means look for a way around it. You can make it. With me, Simon and Samantha and Queen, we are saying you can make it and you will succeed. Thank you for being a part of our program today. Bye-bye. God bless you. Joy to come and to be sharing thoughts with you on our program.